Hi there, I'm Chris Sandford. This is a very simple fly to tie, so any beginners watching, this is really easy, and there's a couple of very interesting techniques. This is a fly from my DVD, Mayflies and More. It's called The Simple Sedge. But since I tied it, I've decided to tie another one, which is Simple Sedge Mark II, which has some interesting materials. Okay, the first one is this material. It's ostrich pearl. It's very simple to use. It's a very old-fashioned thing to use, but it makes a lovely body on the fly. We also use some olive CDC from Mr. Venyard. We use some black CDC here from Cook's Hill Flytying. And we use these new caddis wings from Hemingway's. Okay, so that's all you need, and you need a very nice hook, which we have here. And the very nice hook is the Kamasan B400. There it is. So we'll put one of those in the vise, and we'll show you how it goes. There we go. Now, I'm using very, very fine thread. This is called shear. And it's very, very fine indeed, so there's very little build-up, you know. So if you get hold of some fine thread like this, I advise you to use it. So we run the thread all the way down the hook. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down, in touching turns, as they say. And for this we go a little way around the bend, rather like myself. Here we are, down there, and snip away the waist. And we take a piece of the lovely ostrich herl. Here we go. Oh, find a good bit. There it is. And we make sure, oops, make sure we've got a nice clean end on it. You see there, we've got a really nice clean end. Tie it in a little way around the bend, like this. And we leave the thread about 3 millimeters behind the eye. Like so. Rest it there, keep it out of the way, and we simply wind this forward, and you'll see it makes a really beautiful body. I hope you can see that. You see how it's starting to make this lovely hackle? Ostrich herl hackles. Not a lot of people use this these days, but I love it. And it makes such a nice shape. And of course, it holds lots of little air bubbles, so it helps the flotation of the fly. And then we take the thread and we tie it off. This, once, twice, there. We just snip it. Okay. Now before we put the wing on, what we're going to do is to help it float even more by tying some CDC feathers in above that hackle. So that's 2, and this is 3. So we get a little tuft of CDC, we tie it in on top like that, just to help the fly float. And pinch and loop. Everybody knows how to pinch and loop. 1, 2, 3. Nice and tight. There it is. Now that will go underneath the wing and help it float. So we just snip that off. And make sure it's nice and tightly tied down. There we go. And then we take one of these lovely wings. Now, very, very simple to use. You simply peel them back off the back. Here it is. Peel away like that. Very simple. And then you fold it like this. Like that. Okay? And slide it. Oops. Slide it over like that. There we go. and tie it down. What could be simpler? But of course I think we need something a little more to help it float. There it is. And when the trout looks up, of course, you'll see that profile. You'll see the wings, the shape of the wings. You'll see all the little bubbles underneath the wings holding the fly up. But I still think we need something at the front to represent the little legs. So what we're going to do is take some CDC, black CDC, Cul de Canard, and do that. Find one feather. Find one more. Sorry, I should have done this earlier, but find a nice big feather. There it is. There it is. That's the one I've been waiting for. And we pull all the fibres out so they stand out. Stand out like that, away from the feather. We lay one down. Let the other one do the same thing. But we lay them top to tail. Okay? Lay them top to tail like that. And then we fold them together. We fold them together on this little device here. I don't know if you can see this. This is a little device I have on the vise, which has some closed cell foam with slots cut in it. Okay? And what I'm going to do is to fold the feather like this. Of course, because we're filming this, they're not behaving very well. I shall have to speak to them afterwards. There we are. Fold it in there. Snip off the ends. Like that. And we take the wonderful clear clips from Mark Petitjean's magic tool, and we pick it up like this. So there we have it. You see that? We take our scissors and we cut away the stalks. So there it is. That's what's going to make our hackle. How do we do that? Well, here's the thing. We're going to split the thread, put the CDC inside the thread and spin it to get a hackle. Now this may look difficult and it does take a little bit of practice, I will admit. This is a sewing machine needle, okay? And I put a bit of plastic on the end so that A, I don't lose it, and B, I can hold it. And what I'm going to do is to split the thread like this. I hope you can see that. I've got a nice loop here. And I'm going to take the CDC and pop it into the loop. There we are. Nice and tight. And then, this is the good bit, you're going to like this, we spin the bobbin. That tightens the thread and turns the CDC. It's magic. So here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Whoa! Look at that. Isn't that a great looking hackle? I love it. I love it. Now the trick here is as you wind it onto the front of your fly, is to hold the fibres back, out of the way, with each turn. 1, 2, keep holding them back, keep holding them back, keep holding them back, and again, and again. Now what we do is we let the thread unspin, because otherwise it'll snap when we try and finish the fly. Now this, as you can see, it's a bit too hairy, needs a bit of a haircut, so we just nip in and take off a few bits and pieces here. When that lands on the water, all those little fibres will spread out and they look like the legs of the insect. I hope. No, we do. It does, I promise. Now, if I can just find my... Here we go. Those of you who've started fly tying will know about the whip finish tool. I don't use this on this fly. I use a very old-fashioned method, which is simply a tiny hole in a piece of brass. This is a half-hitch tool. You'll probably find one in the end of your bodkin. There it is, look there. A lot of people have this, they don't know what that's for. Well, I'll show you. You simply go 1, 2, 3, roll it up to the eye, put it on, secure it. Now, if you want to push those fibres a little further back and get a nicer head, you do it again. Mostly do it again because you enjoy doing it. 1, 2, 3. Push back the fibres like that. There we are, nice little head. Take a little bit of your best glue. This is a good one. Giorgio Bonici's glue. And then we simply put a little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue there, probably a bit too much, so you just get hold of it, make it pretty. There we are. Please tie it. To tie the flies that caught some of these fish, check out my new